taste it. Wasted, I feel so wasted.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I will be reviewing episode 194 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the Uzumaki Household, which adapted chapter 27 of the manga. And it was a pretty accurate adaptation. They didn't really change anything from the manga as far as like the story go in this episode, but they did add in some anime original scenes that drastically improved the story and the stuff that was going on. So basically, we started off with Kawaki and Boruto basically fighting and arguing because they was trying to go to the bathroom, and Kawaki, he was at the bathroom first, but Boruto was like, "This is my house, so I gotta go first." And yeah, so they tried to go to the bathroom, but Naruto was in there. He told them to go outside, and then afterwards, they started fighting outside, and it was a pretty cool fight, pretty fluid, cool animation, and yeah, it was a brief little fight, but they added in some extra taijutsu. The manga, I don't remember it being that long in the manga. It wasn't necessarily long, but it just looked like it had a little bit more taijutsu in the anime. So then Naruto, he came in there and stopped him. He sent the Shadow Clone outside to stop him. They both activated their karma seals, and they was about to continue fighting, and then Naruto stopped him. Then we seen Kawaki eating. Well, he wasn't eating, but he was at the kitchen table, and they were all eating food, the whole Uzumaki family. And Kawaki was not eating, and Hinata noticed that, and she was like, "Kawaki, is this food not of your taste? Not of your taste or liking or whatever?" And then Kawaki basically said, Naruto assumed that he thought it was poison, and Kawaki is basically like, "Yeah, why should I trust you guys?" or whatever. And man, I just love the fact that the anime is adding in anime original scenes, because there was another scene later on in the episode where Kawaki, they added in another scene where Kawaki actually did decide to eat this time, and because he hadn't ate all day, and he was like, "Yeah, this is really good." And yeah, and then him and Boruto was basically kind of like how the Naruto and Sasuke was in the Land of Waves arc, where they was basically they loved the food that they was eating, and then they kept on trying to get some more. That's how Boruto and Kawaki was. And yeah, it was just some cool stuff. And also, they had Kawaki, he left the they had a scene where Naruto, and by the way, most likely this is a shadow clone that he had in the Hokage's office. I mean, that's pretty much confirmed based off of last week's episode, when he had a shadow clone talk to Boruto, because his main body got to stay with Kawaki. But Shikamaru, he's still in disagreement, or he seemed like he's still not liking this situation that's going on. And I don't get why he's still complaining about it, because literally all of the 5 Kage agree that Kawaki stand with Naruto is the best option, the best idea. So Shikamaru, he got like, he clearly was. And by the way, for people who still think he's the smartest character in the village, he's not. He's really not. Sasuke is way smarter than Shikamaru. I don't care what anybody say. I'll say that all day. Sasuke is smarter than Shikamaru. Sasuke's had way more fights where he's outsmarted his opponents. He's been doing that since, especially in Shippuden. So yeah, Sasuke, and he's outsmarted tougher, stronger, and smarter opponents. People with years and years and years and decades of experience, like Danzo and etc. But anyways, yeah, so Shikamaru was like, "Hey, make sure you keep an eye on him at all times." So Kawaki was walking around the village. He was like, he seen some kids in the village that were running around, and they were basically, their mom called them for dinner. But before Kawaki left, Hinata asked him, "What would you like for dinner? It must be something you like. Something you like to eat for dinner." And Kawaki was like, "How would I know? Nobody's ever asked me that." And one thing I said a while ago, before we got into this Kawaki arc, I was like, I really hope the anime add in some anime original scenes with Kawaki interacting with Hinata, because I want to see what because Kawaki's never really had a mother, a true mother figure. And Hinata is a great character, a great person. Like she's a great person. So I was like, I really wanted to see that how Kawaki would interact with Hinata, and I hope the anime was gonna add in some anime original scenes because we didn't really get much of them interacting in manga, and the anime did not disappoint. They added in a lot of great scenes with Hinata trying to get Kawaki, trying to comfort Kawaki, and trying to she's just being extremely nice to Kawaki and being that mother figure that he never really had. And it was really cool just seeing that. And she told Naruto in the episode she wondered what happened to Kawaki in the past, and yeah, that she wants Kawaki to warm up to them. And man, I just love seeing that. Even Hinata just saying Kawaki's name is just great stuff because in the manga we didn't really see them interact that much at all. I mean, they had small interactions, but not anything where you can see that they were starting to build a relationship. But in anime, you can see that they're starting to build that mother and son bond between Kawaki and Hinata. And when Kawaki got back home, Hinata was even like, "Welcome home," and you could tell that she's really trying to build a relationship with Kawaki and treat him like a son. So it was just really cool to see that. And also, Boruto was talking to Sarada and Mitsuki in the episode, and he couldn't. Sarada could tell that something was bothering Boruto because he was messing up with his shuriken stuff, and Boruto was like, he was complaining about Kawaki. He said he's the worst, and Sarada was like, yeah, maybe they should have kept him outside the village and stuff because it'll be bad if he go on a rampage in the village. And Boruto was like, I didn't say that. I didn't mean that because. And then Sarada was like, well, did you just say he's the worst? And Boruto was like, well, I still want to know more about Kara and stuff. I mean, more about the karma and stuff like that. I'm still curious about that. And yeah, she was kind of teasing him a little bit. But you could tell that even then that Boruto, he's not really as like against Kawaki being there in the village. But that was another anime original scene. So yeah, it was just some great stuff overall in this episode. And by the end of the episode, Kawaki, we got more of his backstory. We seen how he got the karma seal in the anime. Of course, us manga readers, we've been seeing that. That was a long time ago. So yeah, that was from the mangas. That wasn't an anime original scene. That was from the manga, obviously. With Kawaki telling Boruto about his past, and he asked Boruto how he got the karma seal. Boruto told him that he fought Momoshiki Aotsutsuki, and Kawaki was surprised that it didn't have anything to do with Kara because Kawaki got his karma seal from the Kara experiments from Jigen and Amato doing those experiments with the other kids, and a bunch of kids died from it. And when it came down to 3 kids, and then Kawaki seen one kid who the experiment failed on, and that kid actually had orange hair. In the manga, it was pretty. It looked like it was white, but in the anime, it was orange. And I think I know who that character is meant to be. Us manga readers, we just recently found out some information in the last chapter about who one of those characters was. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know who that character is. But I thought he was the second from the. I thought it was gonna be the second from the last character because they said. I mean, the other character was with Kawaki because the third guy failed, and it came down to 2 more people, and then that's when Jigen put it on Kawaki. So yeah, and Boruto's like, wow, it's like it seemed like you survived some traumatic stuff or whatever, but at least you were spared or something like that. And Kawaki was like, spared. He was like, my life is a living hell. It was, this is like. My life is a living hell. He basically like he'd rather have died. Is worse than dying. And he told Boruto, you don't know what it's life is like to live in a situation where, like in that type of situation where you would rather be dead or something like that. So yeah, it was a sad. It was pretty sad. You can even see Kawaki shaking. The anime added in some great details that even the manga didn't have with Kawaki's hand shaking. Or actually, I don't think that was that in depth in the manga. But yeah, Kawaki called Boruto out like you don't even know what suffering. You never lived through that type of suffering So yeah, Naruto heard the whole conversation, and then Kawaki was like, you should help me basically get rid of the karma seal. Don't you want to get rid of this thing?" And Kawaki, now that he's out of Korra, he wants to figure out how to get rid of it. And Boruto was like, is that even possible?" And Kawaki's like, I don't know, but I'm planning on finding out. So Boruto, he is interested in that, but he told Kawaki that he gotta make it up to Himawari about the whole vase situation. And Kawaki's like, "I already apologized about that." But Boruto was like, Boruto was under the impression that he really didn't care that much, especially since Kawaki said, "I'll just buy a new one," because Boruto's under the impression that, because that vase, it wasn't about the money thing, it was more about like the effort that Himawari put into it. So you could tell that why Boruto thinks that Kawaki, he doesn't understand the sentimental value that had. So yeah, and the next episode is going to be about the vase, Kawaki going to look for a new vase and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I already know most of the stuff that's going to happen. I think the anime is going to add in some anime original scenes like they did in this episode. But I'm pretty sure I know the stuff that's going to happen. I hope they don't cut out any dialogue like the stuff that, because Sarda is in the episode, and she's going to, in the manga, she has a great conversation with Kawaki. So I hope they don't cut out any dialogue. However, I do expect that they're going to cut out one scene, because like I said in a couple of reviews ago, I said that it was one scene that kind of, that was in a manga that was kind of like, changed in the anime. I mean, it wasn't changed, but this scene is going to contradict something that's in an anime, because the manga and the anime went a different route with Kawaki's character. As far as in the anime, they actually gave Kawaki sympathy for others and stuff like that. Whereas in the manga, Kawaki, he almost killed a kid in the next chapter, in chapter 28. And that's the next chapter that's going to be adapted into the anime. So I expect that they're going to cut that scene out, but I hope they don't cut out any of the dialogue between Sarda and Kawaki and stuff like that. But anyways, so yeah, overall, it was a fantastic episode. I love the anime original scenes that they added in there, especially the interactions between Kawaki and Hinata. All of that stuff was fantastic. And yeah, overall, it was a very fantastic, enjoyable episode. So in terms of story, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It was fantastic, literally a fantastic episode. But the artwork, there was some scenes where the artwork was looking a little bit weird. And I think that's because the episode was outsourced. But yeah, it was just like when Kawaki first went into Boruto's room, like Boruto's nose was super weird when he turned around. These are just minor nitpicks, but it was a couple of scenes where I noticed that the artwork was pretty bad looking. So I'm going to give the artwork I was going to give it a 7 out of 10, but I'm going to give it an 8 since it was only a few scenes. Like it was only a couple seconds long. If you wasn't really like, it's not something that you that's really that noticeable. Like it was just like 1 or 2 scenes that was like that. But the majority of the episode had fantastic artwork, and it did have some great, very fluid, awesome looking animation when Boruto and Kawaki was fighting. So I gotta knock it up. And I gotta. For the most part, it was fantastic art and animation throughout the episode. But yeah, it was a couple of scenes, like 1 or 2, where the artwork was pretty off. And the animation was a 10 out of 10. So, with all of that being said, yeah, 10 out of 10 episode overall. Fantastic episode. I really enjoyed it. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please drop a like and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of my review and of the episode in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Every promise I've been praying for.